Hi there, Becky here from 168 Fitness. Over the past few weeks, I've been giving you my top tips and action points for achieving your spring, summer health, fitness and weight loss goals. So hopefully you've made some good progress and you've been taking on board some of my advice at least. So this week I've got another top tip for you. Again, they're quite general. It's quite general advice. It's not necessarily for weight loss, it's not necessarily for fitness or anything. It's more just about health and just making you feel good. And then when you feel good, you're more likely to make healthier choices and you're more likely to do your exercise. You're more likely to be thinking about your goals and making good progress with those. So that's where I'm coming from. So this week I'm more kind of focused a little bit on lifestyle. I've got a few tips to give you actually. One of the things that I think most people could benefit from is drinking more water. I could drink more of that now. I'm quite thirsty actually. But yeah, drinking some more water. That's my top tip for you this week. Ideally, we should be drinking at least 2 litres of water a day. Now, if that's a bit of a shock and you're thinking, I barely drink 1 glass of water, then you just need to start steady and build up and increase day by day how much you're drinking. Don't go from drinking very, very little water to drinking lots and lots of water, because I imagine it'd be quite a shock for your bladder at least. Just build it up bit by bit and just make it more of a habit. But yeah, at least 2 litres of water. If you're exercising, you might find that you can drink more than that. But yeah, 2 litres of water a day, or I think they say 8 glasses, but obviously that depends on the size of the glasses. But you can get those big bottles, water bottles, that are really good. I have that and pour it into a glass every day, just so I know that I've drank enough, and I always drink what I need each day. So that's my first tip, is to increase your water. It will also help with if you find sometimes that you're getting hungry, it's actually probably thirst. So drinking water before a meal can help you to eat less. And if in between meals as well, you might be thinking, oh, I'm a bit peckish, but actually it's that you're thirsty. So drinking water in between meals is really good as well. But also helping with headaches, if you find you're getting headaches or just a bit of brain fog. Sometimes it's dehydration, can help you with concentration and everything else. So water is just fantastic. It's the only thing that our bodies cannot live without. So you could live without food for at least a while, but water is something that is so essential to the body and the brain and everything. So that's my top tip. I should have probably led with that, but we'll go with it now. So increasing your water intake. Another tip that most people benefit from would be reducing caffeine. If you don't drink coffee, absolutely fine, you're sorted. You could have tea, but it does have some caffeine in it, so you don't want to be going crazy with that. But something that I've done since sort of maybe the start of the year is cutting back on my caffeine intake. So I just have 1 coffee in the morning, 1 caffeinated coffee in the morning, and then 1 or 2 decaffeinated coffees in the daytime. Decaf coffee will have still a little bit of caffeine in it perhaps, but not as much obviously. So you just got to be a bit wary. You wouldn't want to probably have that just before bed. But if you've kind of got into this habit of having coffee sort of even late at night and things, then try and reduce that or swap for decaf. There's so many, I could go into like what caffeine does to the body and the brain and everything, but I won't say bore you with that, because it's not boring, it's really interesting, but I won't go into that now because we haven't got all day. But just, we know that too much caffeine is not good for us. So 1 to 2 a day is kind of okay, but if you can cut that down to 1, or even try and cut it out completely. I'm not there yet. Maybe that's what I need to focus on, trying to get rid of that 1 coffee each day, because I have heard people doing it and just feeling fantastic. But yeah, at the moment I'm on that 1 coffee a day. But try and reduce your caffeine intake if that's what you need to do. And then another action point that would probably kind of help, leads on from the caffeine, is going to bed on time, or earlier if you need to, but getting that sleep routine nailed. I could do a whole 6 weeks of video blogs on sleep and getting a good sleep routine and everything, why it's so important. We know sleep is important. If you're not sleeping well, there's so many different elements to it, what I could help you with, what advice, but have a think yourself about why or what you can do to help you with your sleep routine. Do you need to go to bed earlier? Do you need to get into more of a routine? So you're getting up at the same time every day? Do you need to not watch TV before bed, not have your phone by the side of you? Are you waking up in the night? Are you struggling to get back to sleep? Are you waking up early? There's so many different things, and I could help you with any of it. So if you have got specific questions, please do get in touch. I'm quite into my sleep routine and can recommend some things for you. So yeah, that is one of the key things, and that will help you. Obviously sleep is good for health and well-being and everything else, but also if you're struggling with motivation to exercise, if you're struggling with weight loss, if you're struggling with any of the goals that you set at the beginning, and if your sleep is not good, then that might be why you're struggling with any of those things. So it can be really good. Again, it could have been something I started with, but it's not necessarily an easy thing to change, because a lot of people, if you're not sleeping well, or you're going to bed late, or you're just not in a good sleep routine, it's because of lifestyle, it's because you've got children, or it's because you work late and things like that. So it's not an easy fix, so that's going to take a little bit more time, but just be giving it a little bit of thought, and work out your own sort of personal action plan for how you can improve your sleep. And then the other things, like I said, increasing your water, reducing caffeine, and getting some more sleep would be good. So there are a few more tips to be going on with. I've got one more week to help you to achieve your spring summer goals, and then yes, I'll see you next week with some more top tips.